Hey, my name's William Devonshire. I've taught music professionally for 13 years now from my home in various studios around Southern Ontario and now online via Zoom. I teach guitar, ukulele, and piano. And if you're interested in getting some lessons with me, I might have some spots open for free or with the option of donation. Feel free to contact me or check out my website at devonshiremusic.com. Rock on. Right on. All right, so what would you like to work on this week?
Well, I mean, honestly, like I kind of am hung up on the stuff from last week. Like, so I mean,
Okay.
if, I know that like mostly like what you were. I mean, I think you were getting. We started that stuff talking about chord progression, I think, and I've been
Yeah.
trying to kind of apply it to that, and I'm a little stuck on. I wasn't able to move much on what we talked about last week. So
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind like reviewing some of that, and then
Yeah, no
the
worries. Okay, so where is it you're getting hung up on it? Like,
Just I mean, I don't know, like I guess mainly like those diminished chords. Um, I was kind of searching for like different possible voicings for those chords that might be like easier, quicker, or easier to throw into. Not that I'm obviously I know it practice makes perfect and trying to nail down weird chords and stuff, but like just to wonder if there's possible to voice those chords different and just like how to how those chord progressions like work when you were splitting up the major and the minor, the root notes and everything, like just how they move, how to fit it together.
okay. Okay, so the main thing you want to focus on is the one chords.
Right.
Those are gonna, because those are the roots. It's gonna be either the root major or the root minor. But that's gonna give you the ultimate like grounding point from
Right.
where you can kind of jump to. Now the second thing to think of is the fifths. The five of the major will resolve nicely back to the one of the major, and the five of the minor will resolve nicely back to the one of the minor. Um, so for instance, I think I might have to tune up. Yeah. Okay, so let's say the five is here, and it resolves nicely back to the one of here. Yeah.
Right. The one of what?
And the one will be on the A string with
Right.
the bar one there like that. Yeah. So yeah, the fives resolve nicely back to the ones. So that's a major 5-1. But let's do the minor 5-1. So here's the minor. The minor 5 is up here. Although I'm making it. Here's the thing with the minor 5. The minor 5 you can also make it into a major. It's still considered the minor 5, but you can turn it into a major chord. And the reason why that works really well is because this is basically it here. And then it resolves nicely back to that note, which is the 1. You'll usually hear people do like what's called a cadence, which is like the end of the phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they resolve it. So that's a 5-1 cadence. So with that chord diagram I showed you, just keep an eye out for the ones first of all, and then secondly, keep an eye out for the fives, and know that the fives of the major will resolve to the one of the major, and the 5 of the minor will resolve nicely to the 1 of the minor.
Okay.
And then the last thing you need to think about is the 4s. So they call them the subdominant, but it's funny how things names are changing these days. Now they're calling it the predominant. So
Okay.
I don't know. So yeah, they call it predominant. Predominant, subdominant, either or. But yeah, so the dominant is the 5th, because because it has that kind of like, it's very strong kind of feel to it. And then the predominant or the subdominant is less resolutionary if you're going like a 4/1 cadence. But it has predominant is also nice. Actually, it's a kind of a nice term too, because it leads to the dominant. So we've got, let's say we've got the 1 here, the 5 here, and the 4 here. So in other words, we've got the tonic, which is the 1. Yeah, it'll be on the A string though. Yeah. Okay, so that's the tonic, which is the 1. And then we've got the dominant, which is the 5. So that'll be on the E string. Yep. And then 2 frets down, same thing. And that's the predominant or subdominant, which is the 4. Yeah, so 5. Yeah, and that major, the tonic there will be a bar there. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so that's the 1 5 4 1. So if I'm playing a song here, I could do really anything. Like I could go. And you see how I resolved it back on the 1 there for the ending. And I also started it on the 1. So they usually started on the 1, they usually ended on the 1. So that's a good overview for it. Yep. And then you can do the same thing with the minor. So let's go to the minor. So we got minor 1 here, which is on the E string, 5th fret. Yep. And then A string, and this is going to be the 4 here. Oh, make sure that's a minor there. Yep. And then you can move it up 2, and you have the 5. Yeah, but that can also become a major. So that'll be the bar there. Yep. And then let's resolve it back to the 1, which is the 5th fret. Yeah. So now we have the 1, the 4, the 5. We can also make that 5 a major and resolve it back to 1. So we can just basically make sure that 1 there is minor though. Yep. Okay, so, and then basically as you get good at knowing where they are, like 1 major, 1 major, 5 major, 4 major, 1 minor, 5 minor, 4 minor. Then you can just with those 6 there, you can kind of just mess around and just I threw in this one, which is just the same as the major. Yeah, makes sense.
Uh, yeah, not. Um, I'm sure if I can't look at your little chart and have you on here at the same time, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, I think so.
Think of it
Um,
like you know how like you got like the painters and they've got that like that like
palette.
circular palette. Yeah, the palette. So it's basically like a palette, and then it's like, you know, the canvas is the our ears or the sound waves, right? And so you can kind of choose like, oh, do I want to do a bit of red or do I want to do a bit of yellow or a bit of purple or a bit of blue, right? So once you know where they are and whether to make them major or minor, then you can kind of just go, okay, let's go here, here, here. And that's like, it's like generally it's I'm giving you the most consonant formation of it. That's going to fit into one key signature. But ultimately, like don't be afraid to mess up. Because if you make a mistake, sometimes the mistakes sound cooler than just playing within the same key signature all the time, right? Like there's been so many times, like the cool thing about a key signature is you go, okay, here's the framework. And then sometimes I would make a mistake in the framework and I'd be like, that sounded pretty sweet. But because I had the framework, I could be like, oh, okay, I see what I'm doing, right? Where, like it'd be complete chaos, you know? So it's kind of like putting a graph over something and then being like, oh, it's actually in the third column from the top, which is the second column, you know? It's giving you that like overview. But yeah, so I would just suggest like messing around with. You can just but you just want to get familiar where the patterns lie. But here's an example of a song I wrote where I really messed up the pattern. And just to give you an example of like how cool it can sound when you take the pattern and you just kind of mess with it. You know, like sometimes it's good to know what the rules are so you can break them, kind of thing, right? So you're like, oh, okay, I see how this is. What if we did this instead? And then it is like, whoa, okay, that's cool. So here's what I got with it. Right. So with that one, I was basically doing going between A major and A minor, and that's why I was having like an F sharp minor here. But then I also went to an F major because F sharp minor is in the key of A major, but F major is in the key of A minor. So once you get better at those patterns and stuff, you can really mess with it and make it sound like super weird, but super cool in a way.
Okay. And
Yes.
like I guess like those like the diminished chords and like where those fit into like that mix too. Like
Okay, so one sec, I'll bring this up here. Yeah, you're getting it. Exactly. Okay, so let's do a fifth fret minor. Yeah. So with this one, this is where the root note is of that, right? It's on the E string.
Right.
And it's built off of a power chord. So if you look, there's a power chord there. You know power chords, right? Yeah. And then here's when you build up the power chord, you add the pinky underneath.
Okay.
Just those three. And so basically what that is a 1, 5, 1, and then you have the minor third here. And this one here, the third, is what gives it its quality of either major or minor, right? Because if we're like this, it's minor, but if we add this one here, it becomes major. But everything else stays the same, right? But anyway, so we've got minor chord there, A minor. Now here's the root note of it. So we can either move that one back one, or we can move it up two. Okay, so that's where you can put the diminished, either down one or up two. So let's do it up two. So we got minor here, and then we'll go up two, boom, boom. So we'll be on the 7th fret now. And this will be 7th fret middle finger. Yep. First finger on the D string of the 6th fret. Yeah. And now here, it's basically, it's like on the strings going up, it goes 6, 7, 6, 7, and you're gonna bar that there so that you can get the 6, 7, 6, 7. Yep. Yep. And then that just with the middle finger on the 7th fret. Yeah, and the only one you're not hitting is this A string, which is just going to be muted. And then we can resolve that right back down to the 5th chord, the 5th fret. Yeah. Yeah, and you can also do that again, one back from it. So if we're on the 5th here, let's go back to the 4 and do that same diminished flat 7 chord. Yeah, and then it resolves up 1 to the 5. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's say we're on the G, which is going to be the 3rd fret major. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now with this one, it's the same thing. So we can go down 1 and then up to the G, or up 2 and down to the G. Yeah, nice. Okay, so now that's the diminished. And let's do one more. So let's go to the 8th fret, which is C major. Yep. So again, that can go down 1 or up 2. Yep. Oh. Should sound like that. 8th fret. There you go, yeah. Nice. So yeah, so that's the basic rule of the diminished flat sevens, is down 1 or up 2. Yeah. And they always resolve to the one that they're down 1 from, or that they're up 2 from. So if I just chose like a random 5/7 chord here, I could resolve that down 2. See, because just because I know that up 2 or down 1 is going to resolve nicely. Or let me just grab another random one here. How about this one? So now I'm just going up 1. Yeah, from 3rd fret to 4th fret. Yeah, you could do 2nd fret to 3rd fret. Yeah, nice. Cool. So yeah, so that's the diminished flat 7 with the root on the E string. But if we're doing chords like this one here, or this one, then we would want to make a diminished flat 7 chord with the root on A string instead of E. So the way we do that is let's grab 7th fret minor chord. Yep. So now this is the same thing. So it can either go down 1 or up 2, but the pattern is a little different. So let's go down 1 to 6th fret. And we're going to go middle finger on 3rd finger on 7th fret D, 1st finger on 5th fret G, and pinky finger on 7th fret B. Yeah. You can only hit, I mean, you can hit the other strings if you want, but I would say just stick to those 4 in the middle there. And so that'll resolve up. Yeah. So let's do the same thing, but up 2. So here's the 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and the pattern will be yeah. And then it goes down to 2. Yeah, nice. There you go. So now let's try now on D. D will be 5th fret. Yeah. So try to do up 2, back, diminish. Nice. Okay, try a down 1 and then up 2 it again. Nice, yeah, exactly. Right on. Okay, so now you know how to do the diminished flat 7 starting on the E string, and that'll be good for ones like this that start on the E. But you can also do the diminished flat 7 now also on the A string, which will be good for ones like basically chords that start with the and you also know you can go up one or down one and then up, or up two and then down.
It's up two or down one.
Yeah, so it depends on, think of this as like these ones, like the major chord or the minor chord or the major chord, as just being the target. So if you're gonna hit this one here, you just want to go down one, and it resolves up nicely to the. Nice. Yeah, sweet. Right on, you got it. Okay, and now one more thing with that is, let's say you have a diminished chord. So let's just grab a diminished on the E string with the root on the 2nd fret. Yeah, and now the cool thing about the diminished is it repeats itself every every three frets up. You don't even have to change the chord shape.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounded a little off there. I think maybe this finger is in the wrong spot, or one of the fingers is in the wrong spot. There you go, yeah.
It's a little tight up on the top upper fret.
Yeah, exactly. So that works really well for, like, okay, so let's say I'm gonna go I'm just gonna do like one of those resolutions, like, and then up to that one. But I just want to build it up a bit, so I don't want it to be like, I want it to build up more, so I can move it up like that thing I was telling you about with the every 3 frets. See, so it has more of like a feeling of like, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, they're a weird chord shape. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I think that would be good. Just mess around with those. So
All right.
so the thing I would say with that is to focus on. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna set this back up. Yeah. So with those, I'd say the best thing to focus on is first the root notes where the root notes are like, and what it is like 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, and then what ones are minor, and which ones are major. So then, like minor, minor, minor. Sorry, minor 1, minor 4, minor 5, or major 1, major 5, major 4. So once you have those root notes, then you can start to the next thing to think after that is, okay, well, I've got that minor chord, but how would I throw in a diminished flat 7? You can build it up a bit with but and then how are you going to resolve it, right? So if you're going down 1, you're going to resolve it up 1. If you're going to go up 2 from that root note, you want to resolve it down 2. Now the thing is, when you're doing this, it's like, okay, you're way up here, right? And it's like, okay, where the heck do we resolve it now, right? So the thing is, just remember where you started. Like if you were here and you went down 1, that means it's just going to resolve up 1. So just remember, okay, it's going to be up 1 from this spot that you start. So this will be 5th fret here. So 5th fret. But yeah, and then eventually that will all play into doing stuff with the let's see if I can. You got the minor chord here, so that'll play in with the arpeggios. So you can start throwing those in, and then it basically becomes messing around with arpeggios that relate to the chords, and then just also doing scales that relate to all of it. And so if you throw it all in, then and then you're kind of switching between like chord, diminished chord, arpeggio, and scale, and then just just messing around with all of them and then, you know, coming up with some type of cool little improv or something.
Yeah, no, that sounds really cool.
Right on. Okay, so I think we should wrap it up there then.
All right, man. Well, I got a better handle on it now, so
Nice.
I'll definitely want to maybe next week work on the arpeggios and stuff, and I'll work on this stuff more this week. And
Sweet. Yeah, the arpeggios are they're awesome when you get them. So much fun.
Yeah, it throws a lot of depth into
Yeah.
a line of scales and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And all the arpeggios line up with the chords. So think like the chords that you're doing right now. Just get really good at the at knowing what's a minor chord, where's the major chord, and then when you're doing the arpeggio, it's gonna line up with that. It's always gonna start on the root note. So if it's like 5th fret minor chord, it's gonna be 5th fret minor arpeggio. 3rd fret major chord. It's going to be 3rd fret major arpeggio.
Okay.
Right on.
All right.
All right. I'll see you next week.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Peace.
I studied with Will for about 8 years, during which time I earned my grade A classical guitar and my advanced rudiments theory from the Royal Conservatory of Music. Every time I sat down with Will, he was able to offer me targeted insights into my playing, which came from his deep but also incredibly broad musical background, spanning many different genres and a number of different instruments. Beyond his sheer knowledge, Will's passion for music really kept me engaged and excited every time I had a lesson with him. The skills and techniques that Will helped me to develop continue to help me improve each and every time I sit down to play.